What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are obviously in our new shop. We're loving it. We're loving the space, all the room, and just literally just everything. We continue to work here. We're gonna bring tools we need and other stuff like that, and really fully outfit this shop the way we need to / want to. Today, I know a lot of you are excited for the Eco Diesel build, and that's what we're gonna kind of, I guess, start. We already did start it by removing some of the factory accessories, like the running boards, the mud flaps. But today, we're gonna get really into this. We did the rear brakes in the last Eco Diesel video. Now we're gonna come up, we're gonna do the front brakes and the suspension modification for this truck. As you guys know, this truck has the factory air suspension on it. So pretty much, I mean, yes, this thing moves. So you guys can come in here. This is the truck in its tallest mode, and I'm gonna get in the truck right now and we can lower this down, and I'll show you guys kind of how much travel it has. So as you can see, guys, from where we were to where we are now, this truck has lowered a ton, which is absolutely incredible for a factory suspension. With it being an air ride, we've got a special way we're gonna lift this truck, a very special way. And at the same time, all of the ride modes, because this truck's got like aero mode, sport mode, off-road mode, whatever, all of them still work. However, it's an interesting way to lift this truck. We'll get into that in a little bit. However, first, let's do the brakes on this. Just like the rear, these front rotors gave us a little bit of fight coming off. However, tap, rotate, pops off, got the new pads in, the new rotor on. And while we have this open like this, it's time to do our suspension modification. Now, some of you are gonna be probably let down. Some of you are gonna be very interested, and some of you are also gonna just be like, huh? So with this truck being the factory air suspension, even if you get a Ram 2500 with a factory air suspension, automatically you are limiting your lifting capabilities. Most of the time, people with the factory air suspension on their trucks will end up removing it. I know a couple guys with like 2500s and the rear air suspension, and they've actually have a two-wheel drive too. It messes everything up, because doing that changes everything. Especially if you have a two-wheel drive, there's like a slight difference with the front end. I forget what it is. It's like the track bar or something. If you add the air suspension, it messes everything up too, because the truck is designed to ride at certain heights, drop down, raise up, and give you different driving modes, whether you're off-road, on-road. Like MPG, it drops down, and I think these don't have it, but the new ones have the deflector that comes down. There's a lot of things that go into play when you have the air suspension with this, like these auto leveling features in here, as you can see up in there. So this auto leveling feature really kind of messes things up. That's why the lift kit selection for these not only 1500s, but 2500s get so limited unless you're putting in an aftermarket air suspension, like we are on the Banana Ram. We've got so many there. You can just configure it how you want it. You want your, you want your kit to do this, that, and the other. You can do that, but with a factory one, modifying it is very difficult. So the options for lift kits for this truck is pretty much only a BDS 4-inch lift. Now that kit with everything is about, I think it's either $1,300 or $1,800. Both of which very expensive, and doesn't really allow you to clear any bigger of a tire or anything with what we're about to do. Now, this is about this is about to be the world's most interesting lift kit you've ever seen. Also, the easiest install you've ever seen. So maybe this is an option for you if you just want something quite simple. A factory air suspension might be right for you, because then you can modify it like I'm about to show you. The suspension lift for this truck is in this yellow mailer. Yes, the lift kit. This is the world's smallest 3-inch lift kit. World's smallest 3-inch lift kit. It's all in here. All of it. Which is nuts. So like I said, the BDS 4-inch lift is about $1,300 or $1,800, depending on how you spec it out. I think, I forget. One of the two, both ridiculous. This, $129, 3-inch. Can be a lift, but we're doing the 3-inch level because this thing does have a big rake to it. I think you could clear a 35 on a 20 by 10. However, I don't think we're gonna be doing that. I think we're gonna go a hair down and a hair wider, just because these 1500s look good like that. One of the first subscribers I ever met, Brandon, if you're watching this, met you at a Jack's Wax meet a long time ago. He had a black 1500 level 20 by 12s and like 33 1250s, and the thing looked so good. I think we're gonna try and almost replicate that a little bit. I'm gonna see how much clearance we have. Like, the air suspension is tricky because the truck will still go up and down and work as it should. So if it goes down, I don't want to sit there and have it rub a bunch. So we'll figure that out, but let me show you guys this. So in here is our 3-inch lift. You guys are gonna be beyond confused. Supreme Suspensions, couple companies make these, but I actually have to call them in a minute because I have no instructions, and you'll see why I need the instructions. Here is, oh, I opened it already, but here is the 3-inch lift for this truck. Is a longer sensor end length. Yeah, you heard me right. This right here is gonna lift the truck. No disassembling the suspension. Literally can be done in minutes, and probably could be done with the tire on. This is gonna come off. We're gonna bolt our new one on here, and we can adjust it as needed, and that's what I need to call them for. It didn't come with instructions. Might have just been an accident. It's supposed to come with instructions, but I gotta call them and figure out the adjustments on this, because I don't know if it's bigger goes higher or smaller goes higher. So I'm gonna figure that out and throw her on.
We are currently experiencing higher than normal call volume. Please leave a message after the tone and we will call you back within 1 hour.
Please leave your message after the tone.
That was kind of weird. That was like the first time ever I called somebody and they forced you to leave a voicemail and have them call back. Usually it's like, oh, leave a voicemail and then we can call you back, or just stay on the line. I would have stayed on the line until someone answered, but I guess we'll wait until somebody answers. Alright, so it's been a minute. Really didn't get any call back yet, so I kind of went on the internet and actually did a little more digging than I originally did and found a different company, same kind of situation. All the companies who make these kits for the air suspension, it literally looks exactly the same. Exactly the same. So what it is pretty much this is gonna get installed here to here. You're gonna go inside this time instead of the outside. Every turn of this is about an 1/8 inch adjustment. So pretty much what I'm gonna do is get this thing, right now it's about the same height as factory, kind of adjust it until we get it to where it needs to be. that, and I'll also go out 1, 2. So we're 22 cranks. Should be just under 3 inches, maybe 3 inches. Every turn was an 1/8 of an inch adjustment, so I cranked it as much as I could, which would have been the 3 inches that it said it could adjust to. So after I did that, what I did was backed it off 2 turns, so it's not maxed out. I don't think I would ever want to ride on a maxed out suspension. If we need to adjust it, we'll take the top one off, unscrew it a little bit, screw that top one back in. Once it's on the ground, we can adjust from there. But as you can see, that's all it takes to give your truck 3 inches of lift on this factory air ride. Keep all the factory functions and settings as well, so it will do aero mode, dynamic mode, all that stuff. Like I said, it'll still move up and down as it should. Coordinating exactly with the back, however, the front will do it sitting 3 inches higher now, so it'll still go up and down, just be lifted. So that's super awesome, 129 bucks to get that in. Let's get this tire back on and take care of the other side. Just like that, the 3-inch lift is done. Also, we got new brakes up front. We haven't really ran or driven the Eco Diesel much, so it does say battery low right now, so it needs charged. I assume as soon as I get in here and start it, it will auto level, but it tells me on the dash right now I can't like auto level it without it running because of the battery being low. So let's see how this kind of changes here. I'm gonna hop in here, and then we can leave this out here and see how it goes, kinda. Oh, wow. All right, guys, well, the dash told me normal ride height is achieved here. As you can see, we do have a more level stance now compared to the rear. Let's check it out on this side. Oh, that looks so much better. Honestly, it really, really does. I do have this cranked a little bit down, so it's not fully inflated. Also, I think that this can go higher too. I think we could do like an off-road mode, so I want to see where that is. Just gonna kind of do some measurements on these tires and stuff, just to see, you know, if this is a 3-inch level or lift or whatever. It does, trust me, the truck does look a million times better at normal ride height. Before, it did take a huge nosedive. So let's see. Actually, let's jack this up more. And we'll go all the way up. Boom, there it is. We are maxed out. So I don't know if it even went up any more than it already did, but we are maxed out here. And I think this may be maxed out the same as before. It does look like we have a little bit of extra clearance up here. But other than that, even in the rear too, but I think it's pretty much where we were. This thing is lifted as tall as it can go. Oh yes, guys. Guys, this thing is absolutely amazing. Katie just finished it up. This thing looks stunning. As you guys already know, Jack's Wax, car care products all over this thing. It honestly looks the best it ever has right now. Seriously. That honestly pretty much closes up the build on this. We may do 1 to 2 more things before Brett gets it. That factory amp is still kind of like hit or miss, so we may swap that out for him. But other than that, guys, it has turned into my favorite build I've ever done. It's just so different and random. It's just the funnest thing ever. Seriously, I love this thing. I'm honestly gonna be upset to see this one go, because I honestly want to drive it right now. Audio sounds so good, especially in there. Mic and camera probably doesn't do anything justice, but this thing sounds so good. This audio system makes me want to put something in the banana ram. I definitely will. Just good music while driving is a game changer. Other than that, guys, this Eco Diesel looks like a whole new truck. And we did $100 worth of modifications to this. We took off the running boards, we took off the mud flap, we put a 3-inch lift on it. This thing looks so much better. Now the tires that are on here, the stock size, are pretty much a 33-inch tire, only 11 wide. These ridge grapplers on here are, like I said, they're 11 wide by like 32.99, so just about a 33. If you come up here and look at this 33, we've got a bunch of clearance front and rear, clear the same size tire. That's why you could bump this up to a 35. You're only going to go out an inch on each side. You'd still clear just fine. I think up to a 20 by 10. I haven't done this body style Ram in a long time, but I remember we put 35s on a bunch of these things leveled. It does look pretty tucked in the rear, so that's why we're gonna keep it at a 33, but we are gonna go wider. We're definitely gonna go wider with this. So like I said, we could fit 35s on here if you wanted to, stock offset like 0. Up to like a 10 wide wheel, you could also do that with a 35 too, with no rubbing, I think, if I remember correctly. So with this thing sitting pretty, honestly, this right now looks like a whole new truck, and it looks so much better. Like, you could take this, honestly, right off a factory lot, $100, level it, boom, done. You honestly, more aggressive tires. These are obviously not the ones that came on the truck, but more aggressive tires in a level, you have yourself a whole brand new looking truck. And like I said, if you want to take off the running boards and the mud flaps too, boom. Well guys, we just got everything cleaned up here. Hopefully you found our suspension modification quite interesting, that it being a completely different suspension than you're used to. Whether it be the Ram, just like a normal Ram suspension, like coils, like both of these trucks have. Obviously that one's now converted to coilovers, that one will be converted to bags, and this one came with bags. So like I said, hopefully you found our little sensor link lift kit here quite interesting, and just a little new different knowledge that you've never seen before, because to be honest, this is my first time doing this as well. So not only did we save a lot of money not going with the BDS lift kit, the 4-inch lift compared to this 3-inch level lift on these eco diesels and Ram 1500s in general, getting that front diff out is super difficult and just a pain in the butt. But especially on these eco diesels, you need to remove one motor mount bolt to get one of the diff bolts out easier. I don't think you have to, but it's in the directions that it'll make your life so much better, because usually right now, even on these front diffs, you're doing like quarter turns, because that's honestly all the room you have up in there. So we saved a lot of money and a headache with it, 1 being the air suspension and 2 being the eco diesel. So guys, with the Tahoe being all done in detail now, and it probably won't be touched for a while, if not ever again by us, we have some serious rearranging to do, because this is taking up obviously a whole bay here, and we still gotta fit one more truck in here. I'm gonna leave the Hellcat at home, because when I do work on it, I'll bring it here, but it doesn't need to be parked in here and stored in here, because once Katie's truck's out of the garage and here, we'll just park the Hellcat in the garage at home, and then whatever vehicle I decide to drive home that day, I have an option between a Hellcat or that truck or whatever it be. So that's what we're gonna do, and after we move all these around, everything will fit nicely. Listen to this, guys. Because there's no like texture or design in this concrete, it's just like flat. This jack is so quiet now. Well guys, that's gonna be about it for today, but check out our new wipers. A little foggy, but look at that. No streaks, no nothing. Oof. Back at the ranch here again. This is what I forgot to take today. Honestly, I was gonna swap out the pedal commander for the pedal monster and the eco diesel. We will do that in another video, unfortunately, but I forgot this at home. But we need to do that. We're gonna swap the pedal commander out and throw this in there. However, we got 2 packages here. This one right here is our fog light jumper harness. So I'm gonna look up in the fender well here, see if I can find this plug. If we can't find this plug, we're gonna figure something out to just connect this to our own relay and have the fog lights connected with this harness either way. So 16 bucks saves us a lot of wiring, keeps it clean, and that's just perfect for the fog light install. And then in this package, now I don't know if you're gonna figure out what's in that box in the next video or not, but this harness also has something to do with what we're doing to the banana ram, but we needed this harness as well as the harnesses that did the U-Connect, but we needed this harness as well. So hopefully, if everything goes as planned, we may be able to reveal to you guys what's in that box. So guys, that's probably gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys kind of liked us digging into the Eco Diesel. I really wanted to dig into more with like the pedal monster and stuff and get it torn down, but I still haven't picked a wrap color yet, so I don't want to tear it down completely at the moment, but we'll tear it down soon. Honestly, probably in the next handful of videos, that Eco Diesel will be in pieces so we can start wrapping it. Yes, that involves taking the handles out, that involves taking all the fender flares off, the badging off, get all the 3M residue off the paint, get the thing washed, clay barred, and we'll get the wrap on its way. And hopefully by then the wrap will be here. A lot of you, I saw a couple comments, they're like, I love how Ryan Daly drives his SEMA truck. Whether it's my green truck, my yellow truck, my Tahoe, whatever it is, my Hellcat, I build these things so I can drive them. There's no reason why you need to modify a truck you can't drive. Not gonna lie, some people I've talked to in like SEMA, Daytona, things like that, they say some of like them huge, like way like overlifted trucks with them like striker off-road design kits, people like shortcut on like the steering and stuff, and they just ride awful, or they're maxed out and you just can't even drive them how they should be driven. So I build everything to use, and I build everything to drive, whether it be daily or a handful of times in the week. But I literally build everything to drive daily. There's no reason for me not to, like, especially with vehicles, you know, they're not getting any cheaper as, you know, times go on. So might as well take your investment and build it into something you love, enjoy, smile when you get into it, and at the same time, so you can drive it daily, honestly. So I know I saw a couple comments on that, so I found it funny, but that's how I build my stuff. I build it to drive. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, shoot a thumbs up. If you haven't been here before, get down there, smash that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, click all so you don't miss out on any of our uploads. Take care, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. We should be back on the banana ram. See you guys next time.